right. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a today's topic reading. It is for February the 4th. As always, you guys can enter to win a free read with me by writing the word compassion in the comment section, okay? All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. Let's see where this one takes us. Let's just see. Ooh, okay. We just got one that we got two that fell out. We have listening and dry desert. I only read these guys actually in the upright. So we have lots of memories, and we also have beautiful music, beautiful harmony. Okay. But here's the thing. We're remembering something beautiful when in fact that might have already been, the beauty out of it is over. Okay. So the dry desert can talk about a place where it's like we've had the experiences that we were going to have in that situation, and now it's time to let it go. Do we just instead say there were a few good times, there were some good, nice memories, without longing for that to come back or keep hanging out in the dry desert? It's time to let go. It's time to let go of something. So that's one person here. They have memories that maybe also in our memories, sometimes we see it with the rose colored glasses. Things are better than what they really were at the time. We have all of this beautiful symphony that plays through our mind and our memory. And even you can see that there's like a bright spot here in the forefront. It's like our memory of a situation of the good times could be something that is disproportionately filling our minds. And so we're not able to recognize that the good times they've come and gone. And where we are now with the situation is it's dry. There isn't any more music playing. And perhaps there's not going to be. This is a situation to say it's time to move on to more lush locations. That's a very difficult message to start with. Okay. And I know that, but let's just see where this goes. Why does at least one character is of that mindset, right? And hold on. I'm going to get this deck, I think. Okay, so tell me what is this character's journey next then? If they have a dry desert, what is next for them? 9 of Cups and 8 of Cups. They're on a journey toward personal self-fulfillment after this. This is like, darling, something is done. Even the good times that we had with somebody, the memories that we hold on to, it's time to let those go, or just chalk them up as being memories. But you're on a new journey now. You're already on the journey, even if you haven't realized it. You do notice that in each one of these 3 cards, we have a singular person, right? All 3 of these are about one person's personal journey to move onward. Even though we had some good times, where we are now, the good times are over with this situation. It's okay to hold on to memories, but not to try to call them back in, because our future, our next joy, our happiness, our adventures, all the things that you are entitled to have are up ahead. So now we move forward. We don't linger in memories in this dry desert. We move forward because, well, even if you don't realize it, you're already moving forward. That's what I love about this. This 8 of Cups is like, you're already out the door. You haven't even realized. You're still looking back, perhaps. And there's this moonlight, because anytime I see the moon, okay, we have things that we never knew. Why did this happen? Why did something end? We're looking back over our shoulder at the moonlight, wondering, will I ever get answers as to how this happened, why this happened, what this was all about? Possibly not, but he's still, even though he's looking back over his shoulder, he's about to walk through this threshold. You're already on your way. Somebody is on their way toward all new dreams, all new happiness. All we have to do is finish stepping out of that threshold, which is putting the past where it belongs, in the past, because now here we go. Now we get the happiness, right? Now we have new ideas, new plans, new hopes, wishes, dreams. What is this about? What are the new hopes, wishes, dreams? We have got the 8 of Wands. And now we have windows open, right? So you know how they always say when one door closes, a window opens? Well, take a look at that. This new information, this new conversation is rushing in through the window. It's coming from an unexpected source. We don't expect wands, magic wands, to fly in through our windows, right? But here it is happening. This is like the second we can say that past relationship that I had, I have, I loved that person so much. And, that beautiful symphony that I had playing in my heart for this person, I will never forget that. But the truth is they've not shown up for me, or they've not given me anything currently to make me feel like we still have something. This has dried up. This is over. And now I have to let this go. I don't understand why it happened. We do see that we don't understand why this happened. We don't know why the dry desert is there. Let's go ahead and ask about it, even though I didn't really want to. Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. This was a situation where the universe didn't approve this one. This is like, no, you didn't get the stamp on the passport for the two of you to weave your lives together any further. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse says, do not pass go, do not collect 200. This is look at this. These electrons are supposed to be buzzing around. Two people are supposed to like liven up each other's worlds, and they create more. This says the two of you, what you would have created would not have been something that actually promoted growth. This is, I hate to say this so bluntly, but this was a mismatch. And the universe said, no, no, no. The two of you cannot come together and create something beautiful. The two of you might instead collide and create problems. And that's why you've run your course on this one. Now, this can just be a blockage or a delay. But again, the reason this dried up is because either the time wasn't right. But see, I hesitate to say that, because if we say the timing wasn't right, then sometimes we go, okay, then later on. And it's like, right now, we just simply have the universe says, no, no, no. And we don't get to pick. We don't get to force, or we shouldn't try to force something in this case. Again, because when we're talking about something like energy, those, like I say, the electrons buzzing, we want to make sure that if we're going to be creating, pressing two atoms together, we want to make sure that we are fusing in a proper way and not creating like a Frankenstein, or not creating something that would be corrosive or explosive, right? And it's almost like your two energies were not actually matched enough to form something beautiful. It would have been destructive instead. So the universe was like, no, 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 keep going, keep going this direction, go out that door. Now, it doesn't quite make sense why the two of you would have perhaps torn something down, torn each other down, but it wasn't going to work out. So it's time to go. And the second you go, things get lighter and brighter. The second you entertain new ideas and say, okay, I'm not trying to solve the mystery anymore. Instead, what's up ahead for me? All right, let me entertain those new thoughts, those new exciting ideas. As soon as we do that, just by virtue of like being willing to walk out one door and open our mind to new possibilities, possibly 8 things come dashing through the window into your realm, into your house, into your world. Tell me about this. What are all this new conversation, this new, well, we have a Queen of Wands in the upright. This Queen of Wands she came out a little bit sideways, but not enough for me to not still say that she's in the upright. But there's a little wobbly energy on this one, just because she wasn't like totally straight upright. The new information coming in, honestly, first it could be the windows could represent your eyeballs. You could be looking at yourself in the mirror and going, I didn't know I was so attractive. I've been so caught up in memories of the past, I haven't looked in my present and really looked at myself. Look, you're coming across as incredibly attractive. Or again, we see these two windows. So that's why I'm saying this is like, what information are your eyeballs taking in? Sometimes we think this is going to be conversation and messages. Sometimes it's what we see, especially when I see windows side by side like that. This is seeing something with a new light. Maybe this is seeing a new person that catches your fancy and you're like, how did I not see that person before? That person is hot. Or like I said, maybe it's looking in the mirror and going, who is that hot person? Oh, that's me. The Queen of Wands is very self-possessed, very, very beautiful, very attractive, very alluring. But we have this new, I would say, new vibe. We got a 10 of Pentacles in the upright. And we also have a 4 of Pentacles in the upright. The 10 of Pentacles is like, I feel as if somebody is spotting their opportunity to have something amazing. However, comes with a caveat. We really, really, really have to close the past, because this is like, if, sometimes we, just when we think that we're over something, we want one more time. We go, I'm feeling good now. Now I think I'll just reach out to the ex and just say, hey, just wanted to let you know, no hard feelings. This is like, don't even look back. Don't even lock that door. Let that go, because you got a 10 of Pentacles. When you've moved forward, when you're feeling particularly good and strong in yourself, at least in this story, it says, don't try to turn around and risk jeopardizing all of the positive growth you've made. Especially because this dry desert says she's alone here, like she got left in the desert. Okay, I don't tell people what to do, and these are only stories, and I'm not a psychic. All I'm going to say is, in this imagery, the only storyline that I see here is, if somebody leaves us high and dry, and it's confusing, and then we just, we work on healing ourselves, and we move on, and we feel better about ourselves, and maybe we even meet somebody new, and our life is going really good. Why do we need to be the ones to look back at the past person who hurt us and be like, hey, just want to let you know it's okay that you did that to me? We can just release them in our heart without having to open that doorway, because this says don't open the doorway to like hearing their conversation, their sob story, their whatever it would be. If you're not the one who did somebody dirty, if they did you dirty, why, unless you feel like you need to go apologize to somebody, but otherwise, do you need their apology if you're really doing this great? Do you need to open up that door? This says hold back from that. Once you're all healed up, in this case, why would we need to go back and basically let somebody know that, hey, remember when you left me out in the dry desert and I had nothing, and you left me without any explanation? I just want to let you know I'm good now. I got over it. We don't need to go back and do that in this story. Okay. And this is only a story. I'm not telling anybody what to do. This, because a lot of people would say it's very compassionate. It's very like, it's part of our release, and it's how we let go of things. And that is cool. You guys do you, right? But this story, it says, don't jeopardize all the progress, all this newfound happiness that you've made by thinking that you need to go back. In fact, this is like, lock that door and don't look back. Don't let that come back in if you've moved on and you're doing this great. When you've reached a 10 of Pentacles, why would we jeopardize it? But again, do you, boo. You do you. I support people in doing whatever is right for them. We got a Hierophant in the reverse. So I hate to say it, but I think that this is going into the other person's energy here. Okay, so we have a Queen of Swords, and it comes out sideways. So not great boundaries, irritation, but maybe passively aggressively irritated, like snippy, but doesn't really say anything outright. That's not terrific vibe there. We have all three of these cards came out in the reverse. This is that King of Cups in the reverse, holding back messages, holding back information. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, I'm sorry, this is such a tough message, but if this is representing the way two people interacted in the past, someone didn't open up, didn't give their emotional support, so then that prompted somebody else to be like, look, I don't understand what we're doing. I love you, but you're frustrating me. I don't know how to tell you. I want you to treat me better. Why should I have to demand that? But I feel like I have to. It's almost like both of these are in like the worst possible position, right? One person's holding back emotion. The other one is waffling between, okay, I'm going to put up boundaries, but no, I'm not. I'm going to be frustrated and just try to get you to understand without me having to tell you, like, you need to treat me better. There's all this. I think I've been in situations like that where somebody brought out the very worst in me, because really what I should have done for myself was say, hey, if I feel this agitated, let me look at what this situation is really, is this healthy, right? And hindsight's always 2020, but at the time you're just kind of like, wow, this is not the version of me that I typically am. And it's because our energy is just not good together. They don't open up. I need someone who opens up, whatever that was for me in the past. Those were my younger years. And I feel like that's what this is reflecting, is anyone who identifies with that kind of a storyline, because I can definitely say that I've been with a partner in the past where it just brought out the worst in me. And at the time I was like, okay, what what do I do with this? This situation with the Page of Swords in the reverse, there was so much lack of communication, and really neither one was finding the lesson. They weren't learning the lesson, right? Here's the teacher, which is the universe, saying, okay, here we go. We're going to connect with our higher selves. It's going to guide us through this. But for a period of time, probably because of lack of communication, the two of them couldn't even help each other realize, like, hey, maybe the lesson here is that we aren't really good together. Maybe the lesson here, because this can be a card of marriage, this can be a card of breaking up, this can be a card of like, we're not really acting in accordance with our highest sense of self. But in this case, it's very much about not being able to learn the right lessons. If these two had stayed together, they would have perpetually failed to learn the lessons that they each needed. Now it looks like this cat over here needed to learn how to open up and show emotion, and this foxy lady needed to figure out how to actually put boundaries in place and keep them in place. And instead we just had lack of communication, and we had some, that led to like some real imbalances. Maybe the two of them had a dissolved connection, a relationship that just couldn't go to the next level. Or like I say, I think the bigger thing is about the lesson here. The lessons that neither one was able to progress in life and learn until they parted ways. So right now, this makes sense why the universe was like, do not pass go, do not collect 200. It's because the two of them together, they were not, they were supposed to meet and repel each other apart. I don't know any other way to say it. This is the only way for these two to get the lessons that they needed to, was first to interact and then to separate. That was the best case scenario was, yes, these two needed to meet. And I say that because we had some beautiful music. We had some beautiful memories. And then we also had this barren landscape, but that barren landscape is a blessing. The separation here is a blessing. In this story, this does not mean this is your story, right? I don't know you. I am not telling you how your life is or should go. But in this story, it was an absolute blessing that these two met and then separated. Interesting. I haven't had a story quite like this, where like, this is amazing. Thank goodness they didn't end up together. They were not, that wasn't what the purpose was, at least for the time being, right? So let's look into the future. We've got a 10 of Cups in the reverse. They would not have been in success. The 10 of Cups in the reverse is like, maybe both of them were supposed to be with somebody else, but after they were able to separate and then, get that lesson. Because remember, you're showing up here with a 10 of Pentacles. You're showing up here feeling amazing. You're showing up here. And I think that the only thing left in this storyline was to make sure that we can release this situation without any more need to return to it. For this 10 of Cups in the reverse to be here, it's as if these two were not going to have success together. Well, because we got new love. That's the Ace of Cups in the upright. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, which is like forward growth and, confident action. We have the 3 of Pentacles here. This is working together, cooperating. We have a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. We have a Chariot in the reverse, and we have a Knight of Pentacles. I really think that, I don't know if it's for one or for both of them. Maybe one had more, look, whoever wasn't able to give emotion, that's a pretty big thing to have to learn to do. The Queen of Swords has a bit of an easier time, I would say, only because hers is learning how to put up boundaries. If she is with somebody that isn't able to emote and communicate, then that's pretty easy to say, okay, well, I'm not going to be here. But the person who has to learn how to emote, that could be a much bigger task. But the fact that this situation would not have evolved into something happy if they had tried to push through and stay together, that part looks like really plain in this. Instead, what we have as an outcome is a brand new offering of love. This is a fresh start. This is where we're no longer sacrificing ourselves, waiting for the other person to develop something, change something so that we can be together. Instead, this is cooperating with somebody else, somebody different, somebody new, and feeling like really more abundant in a relationship. This is either, I feel like we're seeing our character go through multiple transformations. I really feel like one person, the character that we talked about at the beginning, where when we have that Queen of Wands, I think somebody has found their self-worth, and that is helping them to really move on from their person of the past. Maybe they thought for a while, did things not work out because I wasn't they didn't think I was attractive enough. Why didn't they open up to me? Why wasn't I good enough? And it's like, you can now look at yourself in the mirror and go, no, I know that I'm attractive. I know that I'm good enough. That wasn't the problem. The real problem in hindsight is that I didn't put up better boundaries with somebody who couldn't open up. We didn't talk. And really, we were preventing each other from learning those lessons. We had to separate because we were not bringing each other happiness. So now that all that seems to be clear, I'm ready to receive this new love. I'm absolutely done sacrificing happiness. I'm ready to meet someone new. I'm ready to engage. And now I feel really abundant. Now I feel like I want to give to something. What's interesting though is she's sitting here ready to receive. She's not jumping up to go chase anything. It's coming right to her. Now it is coming in a little slow, but with the Chariot in the reverse, you notice how she's not in an active energy. She's sitting here calmly. I think all of this is like her mindset. I think that the Queen of Wands is also the Queen of Swords, and it is also now the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who knows their worth, knows their value, because this can be self-love first. I love myself. I'm at peace. I'm at harmony. I'm not going to choose another partner where, I sacrifice my own happiness in order to try to make things work. Instead, I'm going to be willing to meet new people, but it's not going to be a job. I'm not going to be stressed out over the idea of cooperating with someone new. I'm not loathing the idea of that anymore, nor am I out scouring the countryside for it, because I trust that now that I'm willing to give to the right person, now that I'm also willing to put myself out there, but again, putting ourselves out there just means being receptive to having conversation, not walking around with our eyes down, being like, oh God, I hope nobody talks to me today because I don't want to be asked for my number. I feel like she simply is in this really comfortable space of, yeah, I would be willing to have a relationship. I'm not starved for one. I'm not seeking one, but I'm open to one. And I want one that would be really like, something that really fits me well. And now here we have this Knight of Pentacles coming in slowly. We do see 3 clocks here. So I don't know, maybe March. I just say because like each one of these clocks to me is like 1 month. But we have somebody coming in. They're coming in as like an individual that would be more of an action taker, but they don't react in like a crazy, highly energized way. They would actually probably be a really good match for her energy. She's sitting here calm, serene, feeling like I would want to build a relationship with someone who I'm not crazy energized with, to where we're buzzing in the wrong direction and we could like shatter each other. I want something that feels like calm, peaceful. We can build, we can grow. This has so much potential. This has so much potential. She's in such a calm space. Now, this does not have to be a woman that I'm talking about. This can be a man just as easily. It doesn't matter that we saw a bunch of queens and then a bunch of kings. Gender is irrelevant in my stories. We have a 7 of Wands, we have a 9 of Wands, and we have a 6 of Pentacles. This is not to say that even though it looks like she has somebody approaching her, all of a sudden, this looks like the ex. The ex is showing back up, kind of like a vampire hunter storyline here, like a Van Helsing or something. And there's kind of some, and I say this only because we got some mixed up energy here. We've got some blockages, like, are they going to suddenly start sending messages with that 7 of Wands? And you're like, whoa, I don't know what I want to do with all this information. And then the fact that we have this 9 of Wands, this is somebody who wants a do-over, but they're coming in. I don't know. I don't like this card at all. I don't like, they're coming in from like the dark of night, and they're not really coming in with super friendly energy. They're more coming in with like commanding energy. Like, last time I didn't open up with my emotions. Well, now I'm going to come in and kind of be like forceful with my emotions. They're going to like slay this situation. It's more like this person thinks that the way to show emotion is to almost get frustrated or something. Because this is a wounded warrior, right? This is somebody they're making this into a giant ordeal, whereas you've gone down this road of like this peaceful path where you're like, oh no, I feel like, yeah, I'm going to meet somebody where the energy is going to flow. I'm welcoming that to come in. Maybe have a slow start, maybe talk to somebody online for a little bit, then decide when we meet. Maybe we talk for 3 months before we meet up. We make plans. This is nice. This is consistent. And at the same time, here comes this kind of more intense energy coming in again, which looks like the ex, granted, coming in for a do-over, but they're of the opinion that they can have this equal give and take this time. I feel like they're coming in with a sensual attitude towards you, especially with the 7 of Wands. This is obstacles that somebody wants to get over. They want to get beyond the obstacles, but this is like all these wands are coming straight at you. Like, I don't know, this person, this feels determined, like they really think that they can get you back. Look, we can make this work. We're going to give equally this time. Yeah. As I said, this person's coming in really sensual. We have 9 of Swords and we have the Ace of Wands here. So we have big passion, and it's almost stressful, probably because there's still passion between the two. There's still a lot of passion. And if somebody comes in, even if they are the exact opposite vibration that you're in now, you seem to be calm and like it's all about growth. This person is coming in with like determination, but a ton of passion. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? We have got the 4 of Wands in the reverse, and we have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright. And this 7 of Pentacles is like an alchemist. I really feel like with the 4 of Wands in the reverse, you notice how they're actually not in the same room anyway. This is like looking through a portal. It almost feels like there is this understanding that I do love this person. We do have passion for each other, but we always see things through 2 different lenses. I'm on this side, you're on this side, or vice versa. We see each other, but we don't actually live in the same world. We don't see things the same way. The way we communicate, our version of what love looks like, we don't have the same vision of what a togetherness feels like. And so I think you revert back to that pentacle energy of, look, I really want to grow a relationship with someone that matches my energetic vibe. And the 2 of us, we don't match. I mean, this sounds like kind of a harsh reading because there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of passion in particular between these 2, but it seems like they're never quite aligned. And it seems like certainly one person has grown beyond this and said, I don't want to do the crazy vibration of like, yes, we're wild about each other, but we just can't seem to make harmony, and it doesn't really look like they're coming back in with any more opportunity for harmony. And I only say that because of that 4 of Wands in the reverse, and the fact that even if it had been in the upright, they were both looking at each other through like a portal. Like neither one of them lives in the same world. They don't think alike. They're attracted to each other, but they don't really think alike. in this story. So I think it's the new individual that is the better match out of this equation. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I'm sorry that that's not always, we don't always get happy reads or super harmonious, although I kind of feel like that's exactly what this was, is a truly harmonious read. What do I want? I want something that feels harmonious. So what does that mean? And that's a tough thing to evaluate, but in this storyline, that's what the whole story was about, was evaluating what feels like growth, what feels like harmony, what relationship feels like this is making me calm, peaceful, and we're on the same page. And it kind of looks like there was a situation that never has been able to get on the same page except in one area, which is passion. So anyway, that is a story that I have. Please remember, they are only stories, so don't let it get in your head. Don't let it upset you if you don't like it, or if it wasn't fun. Just let it go. It's just entertainment. But I wish you guys nothing but the happiest outcome and the greatest possible joy in your lives. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, if you're hanging out with me, awesome. Please do give this a thumbs up if it resonates with you. Otherwise, release it. Bye.